we're Nerds in a Box. So for all of you that have not seen our show, we're Nerds in a Box. I'm John Dwyer.
Dan Kiefer.
Tessa Barlotta.
We're Nerds in a Box.
Yeah, and we're here to talk to you about the new Super Smash Brothers game.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to be talking about. A little bit of the history, and then we're going to basically cover the 3DS release that came out a little less than 24 hours ago.
Before this filming, yes.
As of this filming.
Right.
And the Wii U version, so get ready for that. We're all Super Smash Brothers fans, so...
Super psyched.
Exactly, super psyched, ha.
Thanks.
I like what you did there. So I guess starting back, it originally started with Smash Brothers, Super Smash Brothers for the N64, way back in 1999, actually developed by HAL Laboratory, and it actually, HAL Laboratory, they were a secondary Nintendo developer. So it wasn't actually made by Nintendo themselves. They didn't come up with this idea.
No.
The guy that came up with the idea actually didn't think that he would be able to make this game with their permission. So he made the game with some of the characters first, and then he came to them like, hey, I made this game, I didn't want to show you guys until I was ready, and it was well balanced, and he had like Mario, Samus, Link, and Fox in the first one, in the very first demo, and they were like, hey, this is great, let's do this. So it was released, the rest is history. It's been doing really, really well, obviously. A huge hit for the N64 because it was unlike a lot of fighting games before it, because instead of diminishing a health bar all the way down to 0, you essentially had to do damage to someone and rack up that damage and then knock them off the stage. So
it was also 4-person as opposed to like just the regular 2.
Yeah,
back
the standard
and
2-person.
And there was more mobility going around characters, having like more versatility with like different planes and panels than most of the fighter games in that time period had.
And it accessed different universes with the different stages.
Yeah.
So you had access to all the characters' different universes and levels.
Yeah, so it was a really, really cool idea. You know, just being like, hey, what would happen if Fox, McCloud, and Luigi fought? Or like Samus and Jigglypuff. And so now they're doing all these crazy things, and then in 2001 for the GameCube, Super Smash Bros. Melee came out, and that is not only an incredible game, that is also the highest selling game for the GameCube.
Yes.
So it got the player's choice, like that yellow banner status like on the game. And you know, that bumped the roster from the initial 12 to 25. It added in adventure mode, it added in all-star mode.
Adventure mode was amazing.
Yeah.
Adventure mode is really cool. I loved adventure mode because, you know, the first level is just like, oh yeah, you're in Mushroom Kingdom.
Yeah.
And so you're going through this side-scrolling level, just like Mario, and you have to make your way.
They really put a story to it. And like, even like, and we'll talk about it more later with like the amiibos and stuff, but like, that's one thing that I love about Smash Brothers. They started with something, and they've progressed creating this story and keeping with a story with a video game, like a fighting video game.
Which has never been done before.
I mean, Mortal Kombat has their stories, Soul Calibur has their stories, but creating one for all of these characters, converging on this one system, because they're all from different worlds, different dimensions. Whereas, like Mortal Kombat, they're all from the same period.
Yeah, that's what I think is cool about it. It's like Link goes through the Mushroom Kingdom and stuff like that.
True. Well, you know, originally in the N64 version, all it was that this like master hand, who's the boss that you fight at the end of classic mode, he's essentially just like any kid that would have these Nintendo figures, and you know, he just like pretend that they battle. Now it's a story at first that they'd come to life and they fight each other. And then, you know, after that, then they progressed it into more like, they got rid of that, and then it's just like, they just kind of live in this Nintendo world. You know, they just don't come into each other's games, but they all cohabitate the same universe kind of thing. I actually do miss the Master Hand story where he's like... Yeah, I mean, he's still there, but I miss the fact that it's not just being like, oh, let me dig in my toy box, and oh, look, there's Kirby, let me just plop him down. So Melee did a lot of things, added 25, it added in fan favorite Mewtwo,
Yes.
Dr. Mario, which, I mean, I like Dr. Mario, even though he's straight up a clone of Mario.
I mean, it's not that I don't like Dr. Mario, it's just, it's one of those things where that spot could be used for somebody else.
Wow.
Dr. Mario could just be an alternate skin. However,
True.
it is what it is.
Well, I love that Melee threw in Zelda and Sheik too.
Yes.
Sheik's my favorite character.
Yes, I do love that, actually. You know, having them transform and having them be two completely different play styles.
Yeah, with different sets of abilities and everything.
Exactly.
Gorgeous.
So, you know, that was a really cool touch. And Marth, they added in Fire Emblem characters. And
Marth
the
and Roy.
Yeah, and the Ice Climbers, who everybody loves, too.
Yeah.
You know, so they did a lot of really good things there. And then in 2008, 7 years later, they moved on to Brawl. And that... you know, a lot of people love Brawl. You know, people prefer Melee or Brawl. You know, Brawl ended up being like...
I think it was more the whole GameCube controller aspect. People were a little upset that they had to use the Wiimotes.
Yeah. But they didn't have to, because Nintendo made it so that they could just plug in the GameCube controller and use it. But, you know, it had a different style to it, where I think you know, Brawl, everyone felt a little bit lighter, almost. Because I know my problem was that Fox is my main character, because he's my favorite Nintendo character, and, you know, the difference between him and Melee and him and Brawl is completely different, because he's a much lighter character.
Yeah, it's much lighter, like, you have more weight in the first game, and I feel like, but at the same time, the first game moves faster. I feel like Brawl's a little slower, at least to me.
I can see that.
And that might have to do with, like, the weight distribution, because, like, if you're heavier, you're going to be on the ground more, you're going to move more. If you're in the air, you don't necessarily move as much, you'll still be fighting and stuff. But I feel like they wanted to add more air combat, because when they brought out Brawl, they had Pit, Meta Knight, Charizard, all of these characters that really excelled in the air.
They also had it in Peach, in Melee, but in Brawl they made her more of a floaty character, so she could stay in the air and just like kick you with her little feet. With her dainty feet. So they were adding, you know, they're trying to add in new styles to it, and you know they're still doing that air combat stuff in the new 3DS version too, especially with like Bowser Jr., who doesn't walk on the ground. He's in his clown cart thing. But not only did Brawl add in probably one of the least favorite additions in their game with pratfalls, slipping. You know, you like turn super fast, or you like run, and it's like, oh!
And then that's when, like, because my favorite character is Donkey Kong. I love pratfalls when they happen to other people.
Yep.
Because Donkey Kong is slow, so they fall. I'm charging up. I'm like, oh, hey, look at that, and then they get KO'd. And it's beautiful.
Well, they did that because you know, in Melee, there's this technique called wave dashing, and you know, I don't know exactly how it works, but essentially it's the fact it's like you move and you dodge at the same time, so that like you just move very, 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 very quickly, and that's how the fights were in Melee. Like the best players, all they did was wave dash and hit each other. So that was Nintendo's way of being like, no, that's dumb. That is literally not what we wanted. So they added that in to cancel that out, and so they took pratfalls out of the 3DS version, probably the Wii U version too. I don't know if Wave Dash will come back. Maybe not. I don't know.
I don't know if Wave Dash will come back, but like God knows that pratfalls will never come back.
I hope not.
Maybe they just like diminish the effectiveness of Wave Dash. That way it wouldn't be such a huge thing.
Maybe, yeah. Someone will find some kind of advantage here. They'll find something.
Yeah.
But they also added in Subspace Emissary mode.
I loved
that story mode.
They still keep it around kind of with
Smash Run.
Yes, thank you.
They do a little bit, and we'll talk about that, you know, when we talk about the 3DS game in like a minute or two. But yeah, they do keep it with that, and the way it kind of is that, like I said, they establish that it's in its own Nintendo universe. It all exists, and they're all fighting, and then, you know, something happens, and then all these, you know, like I believe they try to take Zelda and Peach, and then Kirby and Mario, who are fighting at the beginning of the game, you know, have to save them. And so they go on this huge adventure, and the cutscenes are wonderful because you get to see Nintendo characters interacting with each other, like like Fox fights Rayquaza.
It's
You know,
ridiculous.
and that was super cool. And then you have you have these giant ship battles later on with Great
Meta Knight.
Fox and Meta Knight's ship and Samus Aran's ship, and oh man, it was so cool. It was so cool. I loved it.
Yeah, I really hope they do something like that
Yeah.
for the Wii U. Nothing really has been released.
Sakurai said that he doesn't want to.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't want these cutscenes, which is disappointing because
yeah.
everybody loved it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think what he's gonna do is keep it to like the Smash Run and things
and
like
like
that.
classic mode or
Yeah,
all-star mode.
All-Star mode is still there.
I mean, classic mode is still great, especially with the 3DS. Like, again, we'll talk about it later, but how you can kind of pick your own.
Yeah, pick your own
path.
path. Yeah, you know, it adds in a little bit of Subspace Emissary in that
Yeah.
sense. But you know, a lot of people are mixed on Subspace Emissary. Like they love the story of having all these characters interact and cutscenes, and then they didn't like the fact that it was like so cluttered all over the place, and you know, it was really repetitive for most of it because it was kind of like going back and forth and jumping and kicking things, and you get like hit off the side, but you know, the camera would catch up to you before you died. So
all that fun stuff.
yep, and he got rid of Master Hand as like the big bad in actual like their story mode. So you know, so that was a new thing that they did, and I don't know if it's, you know, I don't think they're going to keep it that way, because I believe his name is Taboo, was the boss in Brawl, but he's not there in the 3DS version, so he may be in the Wii U version, but he's not there yet, and they kind of gone back to Master Hand, so I think they may be going back almost to basics a tiny bit.
They brought Master Hand and Crazy Hand back.
And Crazy Hand. I love Crazy Hand.
Love me some Crazy Hand.
And you can actually choose him now.
I know, like, at first, because I was like, oh, shoot, which way do I go? Because at the very end of Classic Mode, you get to pick which path, and the first time I played, I'm like, I'm just going to go to this path, because this makes the most sense, and it was Master Hand. I was like, awesome. Now I got to figure out what the other path is. You go to the other path, it's Master Hand and Crazy Hand at the same time.
Yep.
And I was very excited.
Yep.
Little throwback.
Well, in that one, you know, it bumped up the roster from 25 to 39 characters, and that added in, like, Diddy Kong.
And that was Brawl.
Yeah, Brawl.
Yeah.
And, you know, they added in Diddy Kong, Lucas, Ike, Snake, huge fan favorite. Everybody loved him because Nintendo at the time had this really good relationship with Konami, and so they worked it out so that they could have him be in a game, and it was crazy to see that happen. They also had it in Sonic too, which is another huge, huge
especially with
milestone
all
for the
like the
franchise.
Mario Sonic Olympic games.
Oh yeah,
like it was bound to happen.
Oh yeah, you needed it to happen, and you know they're branching more into like these third party characters, which I'm totally okay with. I think it's really cool. You know, as long as they make it fit kind of with what they're doing with the story. You know, and so that also was another great game. Continued to be a huge success. And then finally, I guess, you know, 6 years later, now we have...
Was it really 6 years?
Well, yep, 2008. And then this came out yesterday.
Wow.
So, or today, I guess. So yeah, so Super Smash Brothers for the 3DS. Really, really fun game. If you like Super Smash Brothers, you're going to like it.
If you like Nintendo characters and fighting games, you're going to like it.
Yep. Tessa, you should get this game, even though you don't have a 3DS right now.
Buy a 3DS
You're going
just for this game.
2DSs are cheaper.
Yep.
That's why I got a 2DS instead of a 3DS.
Yep.
Finances.
But you know they're coming out with a new 3DS for you, so there you go. Just buy that one. Buy that one. Yeah, you can do that. It's that easy, right? You have like money in like a sock, right?
Yes.
That's how we're storing money.
That's where people put money nowadays?
Hey, they used to.
Well, that's why I said nowadays.
Well, you know. I mean, maybe.
It's very retro. I try and be as retro as possible.
Exactly. But, you know, it just came out. A lot of fun. You're definitely going to like it. They took out that huge long story mode. So what we have now, we have classic mode. We've got all-star mode. We've got stadium with training,
target break.
Yeah. Break the target.
Except it's different now.
It's different, yeah.
I don't like it.
They made it a little bit like Angry Birds because you have to like hit this bomb. There's essentially what happens is that
it's like the home run bat.
Yeah, the mode starts and you see this big bomb has got a red 10 on it and it counts down to 0 and that's when the bomb explodes. So you need to deal as much damage to it as you can and then you hit it out into the map, and then it will explode. And then if you hit it next to like other exploding boxes, it'll cause a chain reaction. So it's like Angry Birds in that sense.
Okay.
And so the whole point is trying to break all the targets you can.
Okay.
But I liked it in the original one where you're going around like fighting the clock to get all of the targets. You're
I like that one
hitting
too.
them because you have so much more control over it. Like it
Yeah.
actually, not that this doesn't take skill, because I'm sure there's a whole bunch of people that figured out how to skillfully hit the bomb in certain directions at certain times and whatever. I'm honestly just like doing damage, hitting it, and hoping to God that it hits all the targets. Because I honestly, I haven't sat down and be like, alright, so if I hit it this way, it'll go too high. If I hit it this way, it'll go too low. You're not aiming it really, you're just hitting it and hoping.
Yeah, see, I was much better at the old Target game than I was at the baseball bat
Yeah.
game, so I feel like I would be terrible.
I mean, the baseball bat game is still there too.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, what do they call it? Home run derby?
Yeah.
I think so. You know, you can still do that. You know,
I love it. Like again, Donkey Kong's my favorite, so he's already a strong guy. Just do up B, get the spinning hits on it.
oh, not even
just,
that. All you
like,
have to do
knock
is
it
just
out.
like play as Yoshi, and then you just like jump barely, and then you do
the
his down
kick
A.
thing?
Yeah, you do his
dumb.
like kick flurry thing, and it gets a lot of damage, and then you pick up the bat, and then you just like swing it. So
Because Yoshi's got those muscles you guys don't even know.
yeah, well, those leg muscles.
Yeah.
It's all from all that kick flying.
Exactly. You know. So it's got those modes. You know, it also added in Smash Run, which we were just talking about, and essentially it's a little bit like Adventure Mode, where you have 5 minutes and you're running through a map. If I were to describe it, if you remember from Melee, when you had like the underground layer from Link's world, that's what it's like. Is that
Good
you're just kind of running. Thank you, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
You're just kind of like running around, hitting things. You're trying to boost your stats, and you know you're also getting like upgrades you can use in like the next time you play it, and costume unlocks, things like that. And then at the end of the 5 minutes, you tally up all your stats, and it tallies up all the computer stats, because you can play against up to 3 other computer characters or people.
Yes.
Yeah, or actual people. And then it tallies up all your stats, and then it picks a random game for you to do. So I've had 300% Smash mode, where everybody's at 300%. And
Like team bomb match.
I have not had Team Bomb Match yet.
That's
I've had
fun.
that. I've had, like, get the most kills. I've had Jump to the Finish.
I haven't had that one.
And I've had Race to the Finish. Which I actually love that that's still there, because that was one of my favorite things. And
that was in Melee.
Well, yeah, that was in all of them. Well. You know, I love that mode. I thought it was really sweet, especially because I played as Fog, so I could actually beat it. But so I love seeing that that's still there.
Again, I played as Donkey Kong. Race to the Finish was like my nightmare.
True.
I was like, oh, come on. Almost there.
I don't know why you play as Donkey Kong.
I told you, because my initials. My name is Dan Kiefer, DK. As
Uh,
soon as I found out that DK, Donkey Kong, Dan Kiefer, like I had to play as him. So I have this mutual respect for him because of that. And he has a
okay.
tie.
Okay.
He's a monkey with the tie.
Oh. That's why I play Sheik. She's a girl ninja.
Yeah.
See? Monkey with
Okay.
the tie, girl ninja. That's exactly...
And
Are you secretly a fox?
Nah, maybe. I just really want to be a pilot.
There we go.
Of course,
There
that
you
came.
go.
Of course, that came from Star Fox. So I,
Do a barrel roll.
you know,
Fox.
always.
Do a barrel roll.
Fox, get this guy off me.
I was like, how do you really feel about Slippy the Toad?
I think he's an idiot, but he's our idiot. You know, just like that Fairly Odd Parents quote. So you know, Smash Run has been, I don't want to say getting slammed by reviews, but it hasn't been received too well.
It was a lot more fun than I thought it would be.
Because a lot of people, since it's only 5 minutes and you're getting all these stats and you have no clue what the game's going to be, you don't know how to prep your stats, you don't really know what to build, and you know, it can be random, and so you may not win based on your stats, and a lot of people don't like that. I personally don't care. If you just enjoy it and have fun, like, you still get a lot of things even if you don't win the final match. You know, it's not the end of the world, and it's only 5 minutes. You know, it's a grand total of like 7 to 8 minutes total, you know.
The only thing that I find stressful about it is while you're in this mode, you rack up damage points.
Yep.
And you can get KO'd and stuff, and you lose a lot of your points and your stats and all that fun stuff. And then, if you're doing really well, you're most likely high in damage. So you get to the fight, and sometimes that damage doesn't go away.
Oh, really?
At least I've had it like that.
Oh, well, mine's always gone away.
I was at like
So that's-
I was at like 150, 200 percent like damage points, and I wasn't dead. And I was like, all right, my stats are good. I'm ready for this fight. We get there, all of our percentages did not change,
That's awkward.
and so it's just like one hit dead. And I'm like, well, that was fun.
Well, that's really awkward. I'm sorry, Dan.
I'm glad to see that it doesn't happen all the
It
time.
hasn't happened for me.
That's
so,
good. That's good.
So Smash Run is, I mean, depends
We
on.
need something besides water.
It depends on, how you feel about it. If you don't really care about necessarily winning every single match, it's not bad. I like it. I think it's a lot of fun, especially since all I do is play my Mii Fighter right now, which is a whole nother aspect that we need to talk about in a second. But, I love being able to get, new costumes or new hats. I got a mecha suit for my Mii Fighter. And
I have a mecha suit, too.
That's pretty sweet. It's awesome, right?
It is.
I love it.
I feel like Iron Man.
Yep.
I mean, mine's also, I have a gunner instead of a brawler, so, I actually...
So you actually do feel like Iron
do.
Man. Good. I'm happy for you, Dan. And, they added in, classic mode. They put a spin on that where, instead of just, the typical, the lines at the top and you follow it, this one, you go on a map and it's almost like Subspace Emissary where it's mapped out a little bit, but, sometimes you'll walk down a path and you have, 2 choices or you have, 3 choices and you can choose to go to them. And they have a symbol from, the franchise, so,
Like the mushroom.
at the bottom it'll be, the mushroom, in the middle it'll be, the Triforce, at the top it'll be the star from Kirby's Dream Land. And so you can choose which path you want to go, and then that, that'll determine, what you fight, so maybe, Giant Kirby, or maybe, Multi-Man Melee, things like that. And then at the end, you can choose whether or not you want to just fight Master Hand, or if you want to go fight Crazy Hand.
That's cool.
Well, it's Master Hand and Crazy Hand.
No, there's one mode where if you just choose them, you just fight Master Hand.
No, it's Master Hand and then Master Hand and Crazy Hand. There's no just Crazy Hand. Is there?
Wait, did I say Crazy Hand?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Okay.
You just fight Master Hand, and then you fight Master Hand and
Yes.
Crazy Hand.
Okay.
Excuse me.
I was like, have I missed something?
Apparently I
this
found
whole
a secret.
time.
Apparently I found a secret. And so that, that adds another level of variety into it, because it keeps changing, and it's not the same, oh yeah, I'm going to fight this guy, and this guy, and this guy, and then it's going to be smash the targets, always after level 5. And you also gain more power-ups as you play, and you gain more gold. And the cool thing they did here is that instead of having you choose easy or very easy all the way up to very hard, you have gold that you can actually wager and set, and the more gold you wager, the harder the game is, but the better prizes you get. So it's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it goes on a scale of 0 to 10.
Yep.
And it also does percentiles. It'll I've done it on 3.5.
Yep.
Or 3.6. It is actually very, very distinct on what you guys want out of the classic mode. So it's the customization of this entire game is absolutely phenomenal, including with the characters.
Exactly. And speaking of characters, they upped the roster from 39 all the way up to 49 characters for this one.
Couldn't do 50.
Well, I think.
Maybe
I guess
maybe
no.
they're saving for Wii U.
Random is 50. That's why Random takes that 50 spot.
Does he though? No.
I guess.
No.
But
No.
I'm just saying
it takes up a 50th slot,
Exactly.
not a 50th character.
Well, yes, that's what I meant.
But they added in Little Mac, Duck Hunt, Wii Fit Trainer, Bowser Jr., Shulk from Xenoblade, Palutena, Robin, Super Mario Galaxy. I can't think of her name right now. Rosalina.
Yes.
Yes.
And then
Rosalina
Luciana.
and Luma.
Luciana, did you get her?
What?
Luciana.
Oh, no, I did not. So, they added in a whole bunch of characters, Pac-Man
Yes.
and Mega Man, so 2 huge third-party
Wow.
characters.
I
And,
know that.
Yeah.
and Sonic is still in it as well.
Yeah, Sonic's still in it, Snake is gone, unfortunately.
Mewtwo's
But-
been gone.
Yeah, Mewtwo's still gone, everybody still wants him back.
He's not even in a Pokeball.
Yeah,
They could at least bring him in a Pokeball.
I mean, that'd be nice.
Little cameo.
Although the rumor is with the villain.
The
thing.
rumor right now is that on the Wii U version, what they're going to do that they can't do on the 3DS version is they're going to have a boss battle mode, and essentially you can do like 5 players. The 5th person will play on the gamepad, and they'll play as the boss, and the 4 other people will fight them. So
I heard about that. That
yeah, the
sounds
boss will be
amazing.
like Mewtwo or Ridley, so people can stop complaining about Ridley. Ugh, he'll never work. He's too big. He's too big.
I mean, Bowser's
Um,
big.
King K. Rool. They're talking about adding in this boss battle thing, which would be really
That'd be
cool. I would
amazing.
love that. That'd be great fan service.
Especially for the people with the gamepad. I mean, they'd
Exactly.
be like, I get to play as the villains?
Yup. Yup.
Just everybody would make that face.
Yup.
I'm guessing.
And then
Or this one, I will destroy all of you.
exactly, and it's great fan service on their part to give people like somewhat what they want, even though they can't give them it completely. But speaking of the customization and the characters,
And the fan service.
yes, they added in Mii's as an actual fighter in the game. So, if you have a Mii on your system, you can create a brawler, a gunner, or a swordsman. And essentially, what that means is that each character type has 3 different moves they can do. So, 3 different standard B moves, 3 different side B moves, 3 different up B moves, 3 different down B moves, and you get to choose them for each type.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
No, so you literally get to pick your move set. I mean, yes, there's like a list of things that you can choose and not to choose, but you can change it up. And the thing is, it's not even just for the Mii's. You can pick it for all of the normal characters as well. Every single character has I think 12 moves that they can do, 3 for each B.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm trying to figure out Donkey Kong's right now because I just want more. But like his up B right now, he's like this twirling fist thing, and then the other one is just basically a helicopter where he just shoots himself up like using like the spin.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he doesn't do any damage with that one though, but he gets so much further.
Interesting.
So you can pick whether you want like more of a mobility character, more of a damage character. Do you want fast attacks? Do you want slow and powerful attacks? Everything is customizable. Like if you check on their website, SuperSmashBrothers.com, they show you Mario's Fireball. You have like the normal Fireball,
Yep.
a really fast Fireball, and then there's like big Nova Ball.
Yep.
And just being able to choose, like, I want Mario to be a heavy hitter. Give him this giant Nova Ball and like destroy things. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, and the fact that you have to unlock these first
Yes.
for the Nintendo characters.
Which is a little frustrating.
The Mii's already have all their moves unlocked, so you don't have to worry about that. But all the other characters, you have to unlock their stuff. But it really adds in a whole new dynamic. And for the purists out there that are freaking out about it, you can turn that off in the Smash Fight menu.
Yep.
There's a little wrench at the top, and you can turn it on or off. So if you turn it on, then people can use their own custom Fox, like Fox or Kirby or Diddy Kong. And if not, then it's just normal. So you don't have to worry about that like messing up your gameplay if you're super concerned about that.
Which some people are, and that's
Yeah.
fine.
That's understandable. But for the people that love customization, like me and you and probably you,
You will.
Tessa.
You will.
Yes.
Because if you play with us, we're going to keep it on.
Exactly. It's going to be great.
Get tired of having my ass handed to me and have to start customizing things myself.
You won't have to worry about that. You're going to do just fine.
Against me. John's pretty
So, well, thank you. But, they really added a whole lot of new things you can do with your characters. And then with the Mii's, they have all these costumes you can unlock. They have all this headgear. Like I was saying, you and I unlocked the mecha suit. They also have like a samurai suit.
Well, for the gunner, the mecha
That's
suit's
stuff.
already there.
Really?
Yeah, I was almost...
Oh, hang on.
I was
No, I
almost
have a
a cowboy,
different.
though.
No, I have a different.
Oh.
Yeah, you have the cybernetic
I
suit.
do.
I have the actual mech suit.
Whoa.
Yeah, I unlocked an actual mech
Oh.
suit.
I was almost a cowboy.
Cowboy
Gunner, I thought about
Cowboy's
it.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
So that'd be pretty cool.
Right.
So I love the fact that you can do this, and you also unlock like all these badges and stamps to bump up your...
Do you find something funny?
Are you
Tessa?
embarrassed by us, Tessa?
No, it's just adorable. You guys are fanboying over this so hardcore.
Well, it's such a great game. We've been waiting for this for 6 years.
In Azkaban.
In Azkaban.
I don't fanboy over a lot of things. That's not true, I do.
Not to this level, though.
Super
I
Smash
will
Bros.
say
is like
that for
one
John.
of the top.
We'll say
It's
Exactly.
I think one of the biggest reasons that like I'm definitely fanboying. I know you're fanboying. I'm pretty sure you probably ordered this already online somehow. I don't know how, but the amiibos. Do you want to start talking about the amiibos?
Yeah, actually, I'd love to.
Okay.
So, the amiibos, which I've already pre-ordered at GameStop,
Knew
the
it.
Fox McCloud one, already paid off, I will also say. So, the amiibos, obviously, this is not an amiibo. This is Mike Wazowski.
Mike Wazowski is not in Super Smash Bros.
I'm
He's not.
Tucky.
He's not.
That'd be weird.
Well, yeah, like, his entrance screen is like, Mike Wazowski walks through the door. And like, Hank Hill brings the propane. All these things. Sorry, fake Smash introductions are my favorite thing ever.
They're really funny.
You should look them up. But yes, so this is Mike Wazowski from Disney Infinity. He's a figure that they have for the game. If you're familiar with Skylanders or Disney Infinity, essentially what they have is that they use RFID technology, and then they've got these bases for it. This base, and you put your character down, and it takes all the information in here, and it scans your character into the game.
Yep.
So what they're gonna do, Nintendo's gonna do this, except with their own characters. So what I ordered is a Fox McCloud character. So what that's gonna do, this is gonna be Fox McCloud. And so I'll be able to put him in onto the Wii U gamepad when that comes out. When a character comes out.
The 3DS.
The new 3DS.
Converter.
Yes. If you are buying a new 3DS, you do not have to worry about buying any additional add-on hardware. If you have a 2DS, which Ryan took away from me, then you're going to have to buy some add-on hardware if you have an older 3DS.
Yes.
So essentially, what that does, and this is really cool, is that when you have an amiibo, it is your amiibo. Because as you play with it, as you use it in the game, it not only levels up, it also tracks your progress, and if you fight against it, it actually learns your strategies, and it becomes stronger the more you use it.
That's crazy.
And so the whole point is that you use it a whole bunch, you level it up, you get its stats really good, you make the AI really great with your, make the AI really smart and good against.
No, it learns your
good
fighting
against
style.
fighters.
See, I knew it
Yeah.
like kept stats and stuff. I didn't know it like learned strategies.
It
Yeah.
learns your fighting style, and so
Crazy.
what you're gonna do is that they want you to like take your amiibo and say like, if I went over to Dan's house and he had a gamepad and he had an amiibo, I'd be like, yeah, let's do this. So then I scan my amiibo in, and then you both can use your amiibos on one console, and it's really cool.
And they can fight each other.
Yep, and then they
even
learn.
better, he can fight with his amiibo and his me. So he can be playing as his me, teamed up with his amiibo, versus me and my amiibo.
Yep.
So it'd be like my Gunner and Donkey Kong versus his, you like the Brawler, right?
Yeah.
Versus his Brawler and Fox McCloud.
Yep.
So we're just going at it like that. And I am a little too excited.
I've already
about
done a team battle with my me character and Fox McCloud, and I already fanboyed all over the place because my dream is finally true. But Nintendo's really hoping that this picks up because what they're going to do...
They're hoping.
Well, it's like printing money for them because
Right.
they're going to release one for every single character. Every single character in Smash. All, what did I say, 49 of them?
Yep.
All 49.
And then their
See, I
end
don't
goal.
even have one, but I'd probably have one just to have Sheik.
Oh no, like
You
even
can totally get one.
Keegan's not gonna, like my wife. She's not gonna be playing Super Smash Brothers that much. She's getting a Kirby.
Yeah.
She wants one already. She's told me, she's like, hey, we're gonna
Just
get a
give me a
Kirby for me.
Kirby.
I'm like, yeah, I know.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna have to get a Link one, because he's my main in Brawl.
Yeah. But what I'm really excited about is the fact that the amiibos aren't just for Super Smash Brothers.
Yes.
They've already announced that they're going to be using them for other games like Mario Kart, Mario Party, Toads,
Oh my God.
something or other that I don't know
Yep.
the name of.
Oh man, it's like Toad's Treasure Tracker or something like that.
Something like that. But like
I don't know. Tell us. We're wrong. Tell us in the comments.
but they're using these amiibos for all of those other things as well, and that's a gold mine in general. Like, that's just smart.
It's
especially
so smart.
if the stats transfer over.
It's almost like scary though. That's like Skynet level of connectivity between all that stuff.
It's Nintendo Pokemon, Tessa. That's what it is. It's Nintendo Pokemon.
It's going to be great because, you know, a lot of people are talking about that since they're making amiibos for all 49 characters and they're saying that they're going to be used for these other games like Mario Party and Mario Kart.
Oh, yeah.
With the release of Link and Villager in Mario Kart, a lot of people are really hoping that this is their way of starting to integrate more Nintendo characters into Mario Kart and potentially into Mario Party.
That would be amazing.
Could you imagine Mario Party with like Fox and Cloud and Link and all of that?
I've been wanting that for years.
I know you have, John.
Because I know there's someone out there that loves Dry Bones and like all
of
10,
the Koopalings.
yeah, like all those Koopalings. Like Croy's staring at me right now on the other side of this camera. There's somebody out there.
Is she loving those Koopalings?
No, she's not.
Oh, okay.
Like, I know there's somebody out there that loves them, but you know, Mario Kart 8 got slammed for having like 10 Koopaling spaces that no one wanted.
Yeah.
And then they had
Dumb
like
choice.
Metal Peach and or Metal Mario and like I forget the Peach in that one.
I'm just surprised that Daisy never made it into Super Smash Brothers.
No, she
Al-
technically is.
Alternate skin.
Yeah.
Technically.
Yeah, and that's what they did with Wolf in this game too.
Yeah,
So
that's
Wolf
true.
is taken out, and they gave Fox, you know, his own. You know, they gave Fox a skin that looks a lot like Wolf's.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still waiting. I can't believe that they have never put in an
Crystal.
alternate costume where it's literally just Fox wearing sunglasses and it's James McCloud. Why don't they have a costume where
That's
he's
actually
his dad?
really smart. I didn't think about that.
Probably copyright infringement somewhere.
No,
because it's
because
owned
of
by
Nintendo.
They,
So
they can't have copyright infringement on their own game.
I've been dying for
Unless it's
that
like
for
the whole
so
Marvel
long.
thing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
No, it's not that.
John would know.
Yeah, no, I know Star Fox. Don't worry, we're fine. It's
I'm
so,
surprised they don't have Crystal in there.
Chris would be cool, you know, because we got Falco and he's got his own moveset, but he does have very similar traits to
Yeah.
Fox.
Mm-hmm.
Chris would be cool because she would have the staff from Star Fox Adventures and she could be her own thing. That'd be really cool. But
It is what it is.
exactly, it is what it is. But speaking of that, characters that I want to try that I've not unlocked yet, Bowser Jr.
I'm
Bowser
excited
Jr.
so much
looks
about Bowser Jr.
like so much fun. His final smash, Shadow Mario from Super Mario Sunshine comes out and he paints the screen with this giant X, and then like the camera zooms out and whoever's touching that X takes a lot of damage, and for the most part it usually kills them.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so cool.
That Mario Sunshine reference, though.
Yeah, no, it's really good.
Because I'm actually surprised they haven't had Mario Sunshine as a character in Super Smash.
I mean, if they went through and did all of the Marvel varieties, like...
Yeah. Are you
Can
talking
you
about like
imagine-
Shadow Mario? Or like Mario with Flood?
yeah, Mario with
Oh, he does have the Flood.
Yep. It's his down B.
It's in Brawl, right?
Yeah.
That's why I
And it's
played
still
Brawl
here.
forever.
There's somebody out there that knows how to use it, but it's useless. It's arguably useless.
It's an edge guard. It just pushes people off
Yeah.
the edge.
Yeah.
But like, now that you mentioned that though, I really want there to be like an Edge of the Spider-Verse version of Mario, where Mario goes back in time to all of his different game variations, and like they
That'd
all
be
have
cool.
to team up to fight like a Giga Bowser or something like that.
Oh, I'd be okay with that.
You hear that, Nintendo? All the Marios, like one Mario goes back in time, joins up with all the other Marios, pixelated Mario, all of that, just...
Well, that could be like the levels of you getting each of the different Marios in their different worlds in the same game.
I mean,
and then
Sonic...
once you build up to the end.
Sonic tried to do that with Sonic Generations, where they had like little
True.
Sonic and Big Sonic, and they were like, "Hey, you're," and they're like, "Yeah, and I'm okay." That's cool.
It's cool.
That was their conversation.
I was gonna say that was a great summarization of Sonic Generations.
If you ever played the game, you know that's what their conversations were like. 'Cause
Well, I
they
mean,
don't
how much
talk
do like two hedgehogs really have to talk about with each other? let's
True.
be honest.
True. That's a good point. Maybe we'll do it. And Nintendo is watching our page. I mean,
No.
I was gonna say we should be talking to them about probably other things other than being like, take our ideas, or maybe not.
I mean,
Send me a free 3DS.
Yeah, right. I know. Sent has a free 3DS.
but not Super Smash Brothers for the 3DS. She has to buy that.
Yeah,
I'm
naturally.
fine with that. I'll buy that.
Yeah,
You
naturally.
can meet me halfway. Just kidding.
Well, one thing that this game actually took a little bit of flack with before it came out was the fact that even though it's got 49 characters, some of them seemed like they were taking up spots. Like Dr. Mario is back.
Dark
A lot of
Pit.
people thought that he's taking up a spot. Dark Pit. A lot of people were like, "Why Dark Pit?" It's literally not even a different Pit. It's Pit with a black tunic on instead of a white tunic. So everybody's like,
Here's
"Why
black hair
is
instead
he?
of brown hair.
Why is he there?" You know. And then they also had I can't think of her name. Marth's counterpart.
Oh, Luciana.
Yes. And so a lot of people were like, well, why are you putting in these guys? And
Instead of like Mewtwo and all those other characters.
yeah, and everybody's asking for Mewtwo. And he'll be back eventually, I hope.
I mean, okay, so Mario Kart 8's doing this thing where they're doing downloadable content. Not Do you have to pay for Link in them?
Yes, you do have to pay for them.
Do you think that they'll do DLC for Super Smash Brothers? It's never been done before, but they've never done DLC for Mario Kart either. But with their new like DS market, like they have the market on the Wii U as well, I can easily see them trying to delve into the DLC idea more often than not.
I don't know, and the only reason
It's probably how it turns out.
I'd like to hope
Yeah.
that they don't, because I'm not a huge DLC fan. I pay for the game. I don't want to pay extra for more things that they decide that they need later.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a personal preference, but
We're also all poor. We're like, when you want to pay for something, get the whole thing just once. You don't want to have to pay.
yeah,
For, like,
I mean our set is made out of cardboard.
Yeah, true. Well, it works. It works for us.
Yeah, I like it.
It works for us. But I don't know if they'll do it because I think part of the problem is that since they have 49 characters, part of it is that like if they release one more character, they're gonna have to find a way to balance that character with all the other 49 and make sure that like they don't overpower anyone or they're not underpowered, and that'll be a huge process.
It might also be a rights thing. Like it might just be cheaper to be like, and we have Dark Pit as well as regular Pit,
That's
so we get
true.
the same price instead of having to pay extra for Mewtwo or any other kind of character like that.
True, but I mean,
especially if they know if you want it.
yeah. Well, this
Like,
is all
they can be like,
Nintendo.
"Alright, fine."
This is all Nintendo. So they don't have to worry about paying for it. Like,
Well,
Well, for the Pokemon characters too, though.
yeah, because it's all Nintendo.
Okay.
So, like, yeah, Nintendo's pretty much taken on, like, sole responsibility almost of making this game. So,
Okay.
like, they basically have Nintendo's blessing for this. And they're like, yeah, you know, go for it.
I mean, I still feel like even if it is their company, there is some kind of royalty that needs to be paid for certain characters, certain individuals. Because, like, I can guarantee that the same people that make Super Smash Brothers are not the same people that are making the Pokemon games.
Yeah.
And whoever has, like, certain rights to which, whether it's the Pokemon people that are getting the rights from that, or so on and so forth.
Perhaps. I don't really know how that whole dynamic works out. I'm only going to try and pretend like I know.
Well, they might also just be creating demand. Like, we're getting
Yeah.
close to, like, the 20-year anniversary of having Smash Brothers. They might just be like, we'll just save it until 2019, and then we'll release all our original characters in their original forms with whatever, and all everyone's favorite characters up to now.
Did you just
And
feel
you have-
really old when Tessa said we're coming to the 20th anniversary of
Oh
Super
my
Smash
God.
Bros.?
Why?
Wow. Well, I mean, okay, it's not for another 5 years, but
You think
Wow.
they'll come up with a new Smash Brothers in 5 years?
Oh, definitely.
no.
I would think so, for
Well,
money.
maybe for, well, okay. Well, hang on.
Raining money.
Is it raining money?
Well, hang on. It went from, let me see, 1999, 2001 was 2 years, and then from 2001 to 2008, 7, and then 6. So, I don't know. Maybe they may try and do something for the 20th. They're going to have a new game out eventually, but if they did do DLC, one third-party character that I would lose my mind
no,
about
it's not going to happen, John.
is Rayman. Rayman would be so freaking cool. Don't even tell me he wouldn't be.
I'm not saying he wouldn't be. It's just I don't see that happening.
I don't know if it ever would, but if they did it,
I
it'd
don't
be
think he's
awesome.
popular enough anymore. I don't think enough people remember him.
See, and I argue with you because they've got the Rayman's Raving Rabbits.
Mhm.
You know, they've got that game. Essentially, they don't have like the like the 3D Rayman platforms like Rayman 1, Rayman 2 on the N64 and PlayStation. But they've got like this new Raving Rabbits thing that does feature Rayman, and that's been popular on the Wii and on the Wii U, and that's been really good for them. So it's popular with kids.
Okay.
So they know about Rayman. So I think that'd be cool to add in there.
Well, maybe the next game, because if those kids are growing up with this game now, then by the time they get old enough, then
exactly. I just want like Rayman to be in there, like throwing lumines at people, like gold and blue lumines, and then he like flies with his
propeller
ear
ears.
things. Oh man, I love Rayman so much. I think he's a trophy in the game too. So it's like, why isn't he there already?
See, I'm weak. Like, if I had a third-party character, I would actually honestly want another Sonic character. I would love to see either Knuckles or Shadow.
I love Knuckles.
I know people are like, oh, Shadow would just be another clone. He has Chaos Control. All of the freaking Chaos powers he has.
I would argue with you, and I would counter with Tails or Dr. Robotnik.
I mean, no, like
as
I said,
in their robots.
Yes. Like I said, I would be fine with any of the Sonic characters. They just all have a lot of potential in this game.
Yeah.
And if they just added like another like Nintendo character, I would love to see Paper Mario.
That would be
Paper
cool.
Mario has so much potential.
Paper Mario is cool.
I would love to see him instead of Dr. Mario. Paper Mario.
I don't care about Dr. Mario. Kick out
Dr.
Toon Link.
Mario
I
does
hate
nothing. I would
Toon
definitely
Link.
prefer-
Yeah, I was gonna say kick out Toon Link. I hate Toon Link so much, but that's because I play poorly against him.
So indeed.
Also, add Isaac, please, from Golden Sun.
Yes.
Give it to me.
Give it to everyone.
Isaac would
Around
be
the
great.
world.
He's already an assist trophy in Brawl from Golden Sun. That'd be,
I have the Game Advance game from...
It's wonderful. It's awesome.
Isn't it so much fun?
I love that game.
I don't do well with those kind of games.
Oh.
But I loved the world they created.
Well, it's fun.
Yeah.
The world was really cool.
Yeah. I mean, that's...
I also feel old because I didn't have enough time to play it when I was younger, and I try and go back and play Game Boy Advance, and I was like, the screen's not backlit. I feel so old. I can't see what everything is.
Oh my god, why?
I still have my Game Boy Color that I played Pokemon Yellow on.
Yeah, I still have my SP is
really?
out there somewhere. Yeah, with the backlit screen. So who do you want? Who would you want in the game?
I don't know, because like, I love playing video games, but I'm terrible at them. I'm very, very bad. I just don't care. So like, I love the characters that I'm really good with. Like, I know this would probably never happen, but if Talim from Soul Calibur somehow made her way over, I'd be crazy excited about that.
Oh yeah, that'd be interesting. I don't think it'll ever happen, but yeah, that'd be
No,
interesting.
it would never happen, but I would love it.
Yeah.
No.
They'd never.
Yeah.
Because that's just a completely different fighting style and a completely different game.
That's on a different platform in general.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, a little bit.
Oh no, okay, no, they've had Soul Calibur on the Wii.
On the GameCube.
Yeah.
Yep.
Soul Calibur 2, one of my favorite games.
Yeah, because they had Link. They had Link in there, and that was awesome. I loved it. So yeah, I think, I want those characters in there. DLC, I think, would be a cool way to do it, and to get people excited about it. I get why people wouldn't want it, because they don't want to download it.
Right.
And because like the roster balances, that could be difficult. But if they just release, these characters into like Mario Party, what are we up to? Like 12, 11?
Oh, God,
I don't know what
really?
we're up to. We're in double digits at least.
Oh god.
We're on to some crazy Mario
Feeling
Party
old
number.
again, Dan? 'Cause I'm
Yes.
feeling old
Yeah,
again.
well, we're on to we're getting up there with now. That's what I call music and stuff.
Oh god, I remember when the first Now That's What I Call Music came out, John.
I think last Christmas it was now 20, and I was like, oh my god, we're on 20 now?
Oh, for Christmas music.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Ugh.
That's awful.
But I think we're getting up there in that number with them. Well, not even close, but we're getting up there in numbers. And Mario Party, I guess 9 would be the next one that comes out, or 8 is downloadable content. Would be really cool. So I'd love to see the way that they integrate it.
Yeah.
So that being said, Super Smash Brothers for the Nintendo 3DS, really awesome. I'm trying to think if there's anything I missed.
Well, I mean, the Wii U one is coming out in December, right?
Yeah. No. Well.
November?
Well, okay. No one really knows.
Winter.
Nintendo.
Before Christmas.
Yeah, Nintendo hasn't set a release date yet. The popular rumor that's been going around that Nintendo has not refuted yet, I believe, is November 21st, just in time for the holidays. So that'd be really cool.
Oh, yeah, if they do it before Black Friday, nightmare everywhere.
People are gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy it. And the Wii U has some really cool stages, some exclusive stages for it. One of the cool things I'm excited about is that they released the other day they release snapshots of a Star Fox level that is just for the Wii U. It's from Star Fox Assault when they're defending one of the planets. I can't remember the name.
Yeah.
But it starts with you on the Great Fox, and it's giant, and it's beautiful, and then it's a motion level, so kind of like Rainbow Cruise, Big Blue,
Mushroom Kingdom. I'm just happy that they brought back Corneria. They're never losing.
That's because
stage.
it's a great level.
It is.
It's an awesome level. But you start there, and then you get onto an alien ship as it goes through one of the gates, and then from there, you jump onto like 2 R-Wings, and then that's all I saw, but it looks so cool, and I'm losing my mind about it, because it's all I want. So...
Is that all you want for Christmas?
Yes. Yes, not you, Dan.
Oh.
I'm sorry. So...
Hopes and dreams, John. Hopes and dreams.
So the Wii U version is probably going to be even better, you know, because they've got the, they've got the GameCube adapters for it, which, you know, I wish that they had the GameCube ports for it in the Wii U, but you know. So they got the adapter that's coming out for it, so you can still use the GameCube controller, thank God, because the only way to play Brawl.
Oh yeah, you can't use anything
That's
else.
C-Stick.
Yep. That's C-Stick life. So, you know, they're doing that, and you could buy that with a bundle, and I think it's like $100 for that, a GameCube controller and the game, which is not a bad deal. Yeah, it's not a bad deal.
And we'll do a review for that as soon as John buys it.
Yeah. But you're going to be buying it too, a midnight release, or someone else for you. So, yeah, because you didn't buy this one, so...
That's besides the point.
Yes. So...
It was a gift.
We'll be talking about that, but as far as Wii U, it's relatively the same, just better graphics, at least as far as we know, for right now. As when we find out news, we'll tell you more. So I think that being said, that's pretty much that's pretty much all I need to know about the 3DS version and all the news we have on the Wii U version for right now.
If you have any other questions, please comment below. We'd love to answer them for you.
Oh yeah, I would definitely give this.
Do it.
All right, Dan. I would definitely give this. I don't know. I'm gonna go like a 2.8 out of 3 boxes. Cause 2.5 is too low, and I can't give it a 3.
Because nothing's perfect.
Yep. Well, that's a lie. I gave things 3s in the past.
Yes, we have.
I have.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I'm sure we all have.
Would you like to give a review for this, Dan?
I was like, if we do reviews for other things.
Yes.
We'll be talking
is that going to be your review for this time, and then we'll skip over to this one?
Oh, okay.
Sure, we can do that.
All right, cool. So I guess now what we're going to do is we're going to transition over from 3DS. We're going to talk about Awesome Box and comics. So I guess you two take the wheel.
All right. Wheel is yours, Tessa.
Okay. My comic review for this week is Thor, which was amazing. I absolutely loved it. I was kind of upset when I first read reviews about it because I found out that the new Thor wasn't in until like the last couple pages, and so I was like, well, that kind of stinks. Like, isn't the whole book supposed to be about her? But it starts off a beautiful transition, and it really sets up, like, I have not been reading Thor comics before now. Like, not for a while, so I'm not caught up on his current run before this one, but I didn't need to be, and that's what I loved about it. Like, I'm covered from here up to now, everything pretty much, unless you don't know what Asgardia is, because Asgard isn't its own separate realm. It actually lives, it used to be on Earth, and now it's above the moon currently. I think they moved it there because Thor wouldn't leave the hammer.
Yeah.
Like when it starts off, he's still sitting there trying to pick it up.
Yeah. Do they explain why he's...
Yes.
Unworthy?
Yeah.
Not yet.
Well, they explain as much as it's already been understood.
Yeah.
I was going to say.
No, yeah, they kind of tell how it happened. Like, the whisper and...
Cool, so they explain what happened in Original Sin.
Yeah, so if you haven't read Original Sin, it's okay.
Cool.
You can pretty much pick up this book, and as long as you know who Thor, Frigga, and Odin are, you're fine.
Okay, cool. Good.
And Roxxon is in it, but Roxxon's just a big evil corporation that is always trying to undermine Tony Stark. But that's pretty much it. The rest of it is just great. And I'm not going to say anything more because I'll spoil stuff, but it's really, really good.
So you're looking forward to the rest of it?
Oh yes.
I forget, is it Jason Aaron that writes this?
Yes.
And he's been writing the main story up to this point too, anyway.
Yeah, so a lot of people were also worried about how he was gonna do with that transition, but I'm already in love with it.
Well, a lot of people love his Thor series right now, and he's gonna continue Thor on that end and on this end too. So you're gonna have to keep us updated on how that's going.
Oh, so good.
So
I guess I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna give it 3 out of 3 boxes just for sheer excitement.
all right,
All right, cool. So I'm going to be reviewing. Oh god, that almost all
easy,
fell.
Dan.
1602 by Neil Gaiman. This is a beautiful piece of work. So it's based in the time period 1602, and all of the Marvel characters are in there in specific positions that you would be in that time period. Like Nick Fury is like the Queen's right-hand man. He is the man with all the secrets, and he knows all this warfare stuff. He's her consultant, like he would be if he were in 1602. And every single one of the characters from Marvel, like between like some of the X-Men, Fantastic Four, Daredevil, Spider-Man, all of them are in there. And it's just it's fantastic trying to figure out who's who, what's going to happen next, why are they like this. When is something going to happen? Because I don't want to give spoilers away. I'm just going to give one quick one. Like, Peter Parker isn't Spider-Man at the very beginning, and you're just like every time he sees a spider, it's just like, is it going to happen? Just like, now? But no, it's a phenomenal book. It's a phenomenal read.
For the people that haven't read this, is this an alternate reality where this is set, or is it like okay?
Yeah.
Read it.
It's
Yes
not like
and no.
okay.
Yes, read it.
Read it and love it.
I was gonna say, is this in the continuum of things, or
You
is
have to read
kind
it.
of.
Because if we really answer the question fully, it's
it okay?
spoilery.
Yeah.
I was trying to help you guys out, but I guess not. Sorry.
I'm gonna give it a 3.8, a 2.8 out of 3 boxes, simply because,
Copycat.
well, it's a good number, John. You
It
did
is.
well.
Thank you.
Because there are certain things that aren't necessarily completely fleshed out in this.
There's too many characters.
Exactly.
That's the problem.
There's too many characters. It's a little short. Things rush a little bit. There are 2 more books of 1602 out there. One's for the Fantastic Four, one's for Spider-Man. I will be reading them both to hopefully finish and fill out those stories. Lovely book. Fantastic writing. Brilliant idea. And with that, I mean, John, do you have a review, or shall we go to the awesome box from that?
I did have a review, Super Smash Brothers.
Oh.
Yes.
Remember, that's what kicked this whole thing
That
off.
was a quite long review, John.
Well, you know what? That's what we're talking about today.
All right.
Taking up the whole
So then, yeah,
episode.
let's go to the awesome box. So this week in the awesome box, we're gonna go ahead and put Neil Gaiman in there.
For
it was-
being awesome.
For being awesome and creating awesome ideas like 1602, because who would ever be like, I'm gonna put the Marvel characters in an earlier time period and have them be in that time period. Not like they traveled back there, like they are in
They
that time
exist
period.
in that world.
They don't know another world besides that. Like, they're traveling to, like, America and being like, oh, this is Roanoke, and then, like, everybody's excited, and it's like, ooh, that's Roanoke.
That's also another great thing about it. If you love historical fiction, like Queen Elizabeth is in there, the Spanish Inquisition is in there, King James, all that great stuff.
Are they bad?
Read the book.
Read the book.
Does someone expect them?
No one expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Thank you.
And no one expects who's running the Spanish Inquisition.
No
either.
one does.
So,
But
Read
no,
the
it's
book.
it's fantastic. Well done, Neil Gaiman, for even thinking of this idea. Well done for your writing on everything. Congratulations on your stay in the awesome box. I hope you enjoy it.
All right. So, that being said, that is the awesome box. I think we're pretty much done here.
we have one more announcement.
We do.
Yes,
Yes.
you're absolutely right.
So, Marcellus Cutler is on the box.
Excellent.
Doing firebending, which he requested since Legend of Korra came out today.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I haven't
it
yet to watch it yet. Yeah, book 4 started today.
Oof.
I haven't got a chance to watch it yet.
I'm halfway through
But
season 3.
I've heard good things.
Yes.
Book 4?
Yes.
That means I'm 4 books behind right now.
John.
So,
You need to catch up because it's crazy good.
I know, I need to start it too. I need to start the catch up.
Okay, he was the winner of our 500 likes contest, where we basically, it was not much of a contest. We randomly picked a name out of a hat.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he won, so he is now on our box forever.
So thank you so much, Marcellus. Thank you for liking our page.
And firebending on our box.
Yes. So that is your prize. Congratulations. We'll send you a picture. Other than that, right now we're currently sitting at around like 715 likes, which is super duper awesome.
Crazy.
So that being said, we're also gonna have
possibly 3 weeks away from you guys having to pick something.
Yeah, exactly. So when we hit 1,000 likes, we're gonna have you guys pick something. In a little more than 3 weeks is Halloween. We're gonna have some kind of Halloween episode.
We have a surprise for you on Halloween.
It's gonna be good.
I don't even know what it is.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do. You forgot.
You forgot.
I totally did.
Yep.
I don't even know what it is. How perfect!
It's a surprise for him too.
So we'll have fun stuff coming up. So stay tuned to our page. In the meantime, I guess like our videos, subscribe to us on YouTube or on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Pocket Casts,
or on all of them.
Or on all of them. Yes, like us on Twitter, tweet at us. Other than that, thanks for being awesome, guys. We really appreciate everything you do.
You're the best.
So, signing off for tonight, I am John Dwyer.
Dan Kiefer.
Tessa Barlotta.
And we're Nerds in a Box. Good night, everybody.
Have fun. Go play Smash Brothers.
Actually, I'm going to go do that.
And share it with your friends. Share it with your friends.